Good morning, everyone. Dr. Vicky here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center. Today is the 10th of May, and the moon is in Libra still, but it does shift into Scorpio later today. Both Libra and Scorpio are signs that deal with relationship, how to relate. The difference is that Libra is much more peace-oriented or compromise-oriented, while Scorpio is very bottom-line oriented. And Scorpio isn't not willing to come to a consensus. They certainly are. But it's a different, more forceful, more penetrating, and looking underneath the surface of things than Libra. Libra tends to be a little bit more surface, but before you can dig into anything and do that incisive surgery on things, is you have to start on a surface level. You have to come to an understanding on a surface level, and then you get to dig in. And so we get to dig in today emotionally. At the same time, we have Mercury, the planet associated with how we think, shift from fiery Aries into practical, pragmatic, earthy, stable Taurus. Now, the thing about the Mercury and Taurus is that if we talk to each other in these sort of high philosophical ideals energy, that's where you're gonna talk to people. The Mercury in Taurus doesn't necessarily vibe there. Mercury in Taurus is very practical. Mercury in Taurus is very basic in its way, but there are a lot of basic things that we need to talk about. And we certainly will be able to find plenty of things to agree on, I think, with Mercury and Taurus, but they do have to be less like high in the sky, pie in the sky, and a little bit more practical and pragmatic, which I think is going to happen because all the shenanigans that have been going on are going to have their repercussions, and a lot of those repercussions are going to be financial, and that's really where Taurus draws the line. So it's important for us to be practical and pragmatic. Where Taurus can have issue is when it digs in and wants to be stubborn. Now, there's nothing wrong with being stubborn, and if you're being stubborn to stand up for a basic principle that you feel deeply about and that you think is necessary for your security, then this is how Taurus can work. The south node of the moon is in Virgo right now, and so any sign that Mercury is in is going to flavor the south node of the moon. And the south node of the moon being the what we need to sort of let go of. And we're still kind of working here, so it's a little messy. Apologies. The south node of the moon, what we need to let go of. Perhaps it is some of the things we're not willing to compromise on. But I think in general, and the other thing about Taurus is it can be very self-referential, not in the way that fire is, but it really is concerned with survival and thrival, ultimate thrival. The other thing we might be talking a lot about with Mercury in Taurus, besides money and resources, is food. And so I think there could be some issues around food coming up, and that's going to be very important as well. That may be a nice common thread. One of the other things I might suggest is to get together with people over food, right? Get together, eat together, do those basic things, garden together, get a community garden together, get people talking, share your resources, figure out ways to do that. I think is a really helpful way to work with the energy to bring about the change that's necessary. All right, guys, we have a rainy morning here. It's quite lovely, and then you can see, for those of you who've been following, just how fast everything grows here, including the weeds, which now that we've had a couple of days of rains, we're going to have to, work in earnest to take care of. But the work continues, as you can see right there. But it is a beautiful day in the neighborhood. The river birch is starting to leaf out. A lot of the trees leafing out this week. And the wisteria growing pretty good. It's not going to be a great wisteria year. Last year was fantastic. And last year the apple blossoms were a little bit slow. This year it seems to be an apple blossom year and a little bit less on the wisteria. But every year is a little different. Every year we have a star, it seems. And we'll see who wins the star, the top star position. I'm just going to coming around here to see the wisteria where it's most easily seen. So that's nice. The bees love it. And it smells nice. And it's almost worth the invasion, but not quite. All right, guys. All right, have yourself a great day. Tonight, Mystic Sisters on my channel, Victoria Scorbo. You can join us at 6 Central, 7 Eastern, or we record it so you can check it out afterwards. But if you want to join us, the other day we had a special report. Pope. That was fun. Although Gibless was pretty excited about having a Pope from Chicago, so he was doing his cheers. But it was a fun time, and thank you for joining us, and join us again tonight. And we also have a moonshine episode coming up. We may actually get that out today before Mystic Sisters. I have to talk to Ona about that, considering it's Ona's. Ona does the full moons, and I do the new moons. So we like to share the fame and fortune. Yeah, right. Okay. All right, guys. Have yourself a great day. See you tonight. And I intend on perhaps putting something out for the new Pope. That may not come out till Sunday. It seems apropos for Sunday, right? But there was one other thing I wanted to mention. Oh, yes. There are still seats available for my introduction to the Kabbalah class. It's a 6-week class, Thursday evenings, 7 to 9 Eastern, on 6 consecutive Thursday evenings. And that's starting on the 15th, which is this coming Thursday. So I look forward to that. For those of you who have